Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Jai Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Gaurahari. Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Gaurahari. Jai Saci-nandan, Jai Saci-nandan, Jai Saci-nandan, Jai Saci-nandan, Gaurahari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hadaya Namah, Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Hadaya Namah, Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha. Gopal Govindaram Shri Madhusudan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol, Haribol. Jaya Acharya Thakur, Acharya Thakur, Acharya Thakur, Jaya Acharya Thakur. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa, Paribrajaka Acharya Ashtatara Shara Shushama Shara Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Shami Shri Prabhupada Ki. Iskona Pratishta Acharya Shri Prabhupada Ki, Ananta Kori Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Shri Acharya Thakur Shubha Abhibhav Titi Mahamahotsav, Shri Shinitai Gaud Shita Nata Brahmanandi, Hari Hari Bol. He's like grandfather, Advaita Thakur. And prior to the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya was praying. He's actually Mahavishnu, the avatar of the Lord, Purusha avatar, is responsible for the material creation, Mahavishnu, Super Soul, Advaita Acharya. So he's appearing that because in the Kali Yuga that there's no hope for the conditioned souls in Kali Yuga. The previous processes of punya karma, Vedic punya karma, Vanashram dharma, being grihastha dharma, sannyas dharma, these things don't work in the Kali Yuga. The Vanashram, so slow. So he's praying that you have to personally come. Some special mercy required. So as he was praying in his residence in Shantipur, who's been to Shantipur? A few fortunate souls. No ladies? Oh. Ladies take a little longer to respond. That's okay. We're okay with that. Take all the time you need. Shantipur. So Advaita Acharya has residence there on the bank of the Ganga. And he remembered a verse from the Gautamiya Tantra. He's thinking how I can personally bring my Prabhu. Actually, there's three Prabhus. There is Nityananda Prabhu, there is Advaita Prabhu, and there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Mahaprabhu, and the other two Prabhus. two Prabhus, Advaita Prabhu, Nityananda. They're all Vishnu avatar amongst the Panchatattva. Advaita Prabhu, Gaurahari Pandit, he is Antaranga Prakash Radharani Srimati Sri Radhika, Gaurahari Pandit. Narad Muni is Sribas Thakur. So the three, when you worship Panchatattva, you put the tulasi leaf on the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu. And not on the other members. So it's Panchatattva. So Advaita Prabhu. So he's wondering how he can bring Prabhu, Mahaprabhu. Because Mahaprabhu is required, because even the usual Vedic system and the Dharma, Juga Dharma, we need special mercy. You have to personally come. By you personally coming here, there's only way we can deliver this. So how am I going to personally bring the Lord? So he remembered this verse from the Gautamiya Tantra, that Tulasi Dalamatrena, Jalasha Chalukalenava, Bikrinetam Swam Atmanam Bhaktebhyo Bhaktavatsalaha. Tulasi Dala Matrena, one tulasi leaf. One time, remember English. One tulasi, getting a little carried away here. One tulasi leaf, tulasi dalamatrena, jalasha chulukalenava. How much water you can keep in the palm of your hand? Ganga jal. So one tulasi leaf and Ganga jal, which is kept in the palm of that much Ganga jal, if you offer to Sri Hari, he becomes so pleased. He cannot reciprocate. He's so pleased by one tulasi leaf and the Ganga jal. If you can't go to Ma Ganga, it's so far away from Ma Ganga here. If you can't get actual Ganga jal, you can invoke Ma Ganga's presence by mantra. You can learn from the exalted scholars present here that mantra to invoke the Ganga in the water for puja. So you can invoke, so a little Ganga jal and tulasi. The Lord becomes so pleased by that offering. Bikrinetam swanatmanam. He cannot reciprocate. He can only give himself. Bikrinetam swam atmanam. He gives himself. He is so pleased by one tulasi leaf and a little bit of Ganga jal. Bhaktebhyo Bhaktavatsala, because he's very much inclined to his devotee. So remembering this verse, Advaita Thakur sat in Shantipur in his ashram on the bank of Ma Ganga and constantly, incessantly, with raised hands, cried, prayed for, begged Sri Hari, his Prabhu, to appear, Sri Krishna, to appear in the world, in the material here in this. And in this way he constantly prayed for the Lord to appear. Now the Lord appeared in response to the prayers of Advaita Thakur. Therefore in Bengal his name is Anargoshai. Have you heard that? Anargoshai. Anar means bringing. Anargo, who brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anargoshai, he brought. So he brought by the result of his prayers. Later, on several occasions, Sachinandan, Sri Gaurahari, he commented that I was asleep, I was enjoying my rest, Joganidra, and then you woke me up with your loud calls and your loud crying. You woke me up and you induced me to come to this world. So he didn't, he was doing that, he was praying for the Lord, but the Lord appears as described, and even Srimati Thakur, Sita Thakurani, and they're visiting and everything, but they don't know. They don't know, even though he knows everything. He's Mahavishnu. He's in your heart. He knows what you're thinking now. He knows everything. So there's no question of him not knowing that this Gaurahari is the Supreme Lord whom he prayed for. Haridas Thakur was also praying for the Lord. Haridas Thakur. And they didn't know. But he was there. His house he had a house in Shantipur. It's about an hour and a half from Mayapur. Of course, you can hear
We know there's a path there. They were walking, but sometimes also Nitai Go, they went by river. They jumped into the Ganga and they floated to Shantipur. Shantipur is Kolkata side, so the current is going. So they jumped in, they floated to Shantipur. When Sachinandan took sannyas, he floated down to Shantipur. So we're prior to sannyas and Advaita Thakur, and let's move. We're prior to that now. He's appearing, but they don't know. You see, but there he's God, Mahavishnu. You think he does't know? But this is the Leela. Now, subsequently in Advaita Bhavan, which is just near Shachiyangan, Mahaprabhu's Janmastan, Jogpit, just near is Advaita Bhavan. You can call out, you can hear. It's just near. So Advaita Thakur, he had his home there. Jagannatha Misra, Sachimata, Nimai, Vishwarup, their home. Every day Vishwarup would go to the house of Advaita Acharya with all the Vaishnavas. He's the senior Vaishnava, Advaita Thakur, he's the senior most Vaishnava. In our Rup Shikha, we're describing the arrival of the Bengali devotees. And Mahaprabhu went on South Indian tour. And no news, he left, took sannyas. So abruptly, suddenly, he left Navadip. All the devotees are completely, at least they kept him in Shantipur. Nityananda Prabhu, he kept him in Shantipur a week. In the house of Advaita Acharya in Shantipur. And then Mahaprabhu went, Jagannath Puri. And then remained in Jagannath Puri a short time, and then he went South Indian tour, 2 years. There's no WhatsApp or Twitter. No one knows anything. No one knows anything. The Navadip Bhaktas, they don't know anything. 2 years, 2.5 years have gone. Nothing. Sannyas. Navadip Chandra. I flew yesterday from Bangalore to Mayapur to Mumbai, and they tell you the name of the pilot. They say that. They say our in-flight staff speak Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, Bengali, and English. And our flight, and my pilot yesterday the pilot name was Navadip Chandra. Navadip Chandra. I thought, what? Navadip Chandra? That must be Bengali. Must be in Navadip. Who knows about Navadip Chandra? It's Mahaprabhu, Navadip Chandra. So they didn't know. Yes. So every day. So Advaita Thakur, he was. The devotees were coming. Yeah, devotees are coming from. So after the South Indian tour, they sent Kala Krishnadas to Bengal. You tell all the devotees that Mahaprabhu has returned from South India. He's back in Puri. So then, immediately they gathered at the house of Advaita Acharya, and they all discussed. And then they made a plan to travel to Puri, and Advaita Thakur is the leader. As they're traveling, and just describing Gobinath Acharya, describing Gauda Hoite Vaishnav Ashiyat Chendui Shatta Mahaprabhu Bhakti Shab Mahabhagavata. 200 devotees have arrived from Bengal. They're waiting on the bank of the Narendra Sharaba. All devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all greatly advanced liberated souls. Mahaprabhu Bhakti Shab Mahabhagavata. And amongst them, the leader was Advaita Thakur, the first person. They're on the roof and they're describing. Who is that person with the brilliant effulgence? Oh, that is Advaita Thakur. He's the leader of the Vaishnavas. So every day, there would be discussion of Gitu Upadesh, Bhagavat Kotha in the house of Advaita Thakur. And all of the Vaishnavas would go, and Vishwarup, Mahaprabhu's brother, he would go, he would speak. The Krishna Katha of Vishwarup was so enamoring, so enchanting that Advaita Thakur would stop doing his puja. He would stop doing his puja to listen to Vishwarup's discussion on Bhagavad Gita. Just see how important that is. Hearing is more important than puja. So when she cooked lunch, Vishwarup at this time is perhaps he's 13, 14 years old. Vishwarup, young, Vishwarup, handsome, beautiful, black, long hair, curly, tied in a knot, lotus-like. He's Nityananda Prakash, with his beautiful Brahmin thread, his dhoti. He's going and speaking. And Sachimata would cook, and then she would send Nimai. Nimai this time just wearing a little dhoti, bare-chested, the dust, the nupur, he's running. He's calling, he's hanging, he's holding on to Vishwarup's dhoti, pulling him. Janani Dakhi, Bhojaite, come. Mother is calling. He's pulling on her. And seeing that, all the Vaishnavas became enamored. Seeing that, Nimai would come and he would pull the dhoti. As Rishabh was speaking, he would pull the dhoti. Come, and Mother is calling. Come and take prasadam. And this just described that all the devotees, all the Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas are all here listening. And a little kid comes. Everyone becomes mesmerized, seeing the beauty of his form. It's so beautiful, like more than 1,000 cupids. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. Komar Bao Gauranga form. And as he's pulling the dhoti, and they're thinking, what is this? We're in Maya. We're in Maya. We're bewildered by family. We're in Maya. They're trying to, but they would become speechless when they're discussing Krishna. And they would just be mesmerized, seeing. Mani Mani Chintai Advaita Mahashai Prakrita Manush Kobo E Balak Nai Mani Mani Chintai Advaita Goshai. He's thinking, Mani Mani Chintai, maybe it is so, Mani Mani Chintai Advaita Goshai, as he's saying Sachinandan come and pull the dhoti, that Prakrita Manush Kobo E Balak Nai, this child is not material. Otherwise, how is it possible that we're so attracted to him? We're all senior renunciates. We're not attracted to anything like that. How is it possible? He must be. He's thinking. He called him. He is him. He called him. He appeared because of his prayers. And he's thinking, this boy is not material. This is the atmosphere in Navadip. You have to understand. You have to try to understand. Mahaprabhu, he hid himself. Someone asked me today about Chamnavatar. He hid himself with Vidya Lila. When he comes as a cowherd boy, he's the most enchanting cowherd boy. The Braja Janaranjan, the one who gives pleasure to the residents of the cowherd, the village residents of Braj Bhumi. When he comes as a king, he comes as Ramchandra Bhagavan, the Ram Raj. What a king! What an exemplary leader, Ram Bhagavan. And when he comes as a Brahmin in the family of the Brahmins, Jagannatha, Ramchandra is Kshatriya, Nanda Baba is Vaishya. When he comes as in the family of the Brahmins, Jagannatha Misra, then he becomes the most, the most glorious. The business of the Brahmins is to debate the Shastra. So when he comes, he enjoys dancing with the cowherd and picnics with the cowherd boys, and drinking the milk of Mother Jasoda. He enjoys in Ram, and when he comes as then he enjoys defeating other pandits. He enjoys defeating. This Vidya Lila. And all the Vaishnavas, they're just lamenting, oh, if only Nimai would become a devotee. If the Navadip Chandra, Dvijamani, the crest jewel of the Navadip Brahmins, if he would become a devotee, they would fall on the bank of Ma Ganga. They would prostrate themselves on the bank of Ma Ganga and pray, oh Ma Ganga, Doyamoy, please make Nimai a devotee. And make him completely absorbed in the lotus feet of Sri Hari that he has no other interest. They would pray like that. So there is this mood. All the devotees are all meditating on him. All meditating. And he's waiting. And eventually he reveals him. He begins revealing himself after taking initiation and returning from Gaya. And he begins Bhakta Rupa. There is the Sankirtan Leela. But that's still in the form of a devotee. Then he begins to reveal himself to the first to Srivas Thakur. Baliya Dakiya Prabhu Are Srinivas Ota Din Na Jane Ama Prakash. He's chastising Srivas Thakur. Baliya Dakiya Prabhu Are Srinivas Ota Din Na Jane Ama Prakash. So many days. Why you've waited so long not recognizing me? He's covering himself. He's chastising him. Why you didn't recognize me? So first Srivas Thakur, and then he reveals his opulence and he reveals his form, forearm form. Chaturbhuj Narayan to Srivas Thakur and all the family members. And and then gradually he's revealing himself to the various members of the Panchatattva. So after that incident, one day Sri Vishvambhara, along with Gadadhar Pandit, at this time Gadadhar Pandit also not recognizing Gadadhar Pandit, although from childhood they're associates, not recognizing Sachinandan as the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Sri Krishna, not recognizing. He's like a friend. So they go and visit Advaita Thakur. At that time Advaita Acharya, he's worshipping with raised arms and crying in ecstasy. This is how, when you go and visit Advaita Acharya and see him doing puja, this is what you'll see. With raised arms, he's crying and laughing and falling on the ground and offering the items with tears flowing down his eyes. This is the puja of Advaita Thakur. Calling out Hari Hari, falling on the ground, laughing, dancing, crying like a mad lion, and sometimes demonstrating the appearing like the incarnation of Lord Rudra himself, incarnation of, because actually Advaita Thakur is also incarnation of Mahadev, Sadashiva and Mahavishnu combined. So seeing the bhajan, Krishna bhajan, the deep Krishna bhajan of Advaita Thakur, Vishvambhara, he becomes overwhelmed. Any type of stimuli, very quickly overwhelmed. Just like when Srivas Thakur, Sachi Mata, she's telling everybody, what will I do? What will I do? Sachi Mata, she was very open in her in her dealings with the neighbors. She was very open. She would tell them everything. It's not uncommon for the Bengali ladies. She would tell everybody what's going on, everybody. And she would say, you know, my husband, my Prabhu, he took Lord, how he took my husband, and then he took my son Vishwarup, and now there's Nimai. I can't understand how he behaves. He cries. Sometimes he climbs up the trees. He falls on the ground in madness. I cannot understand. And so people are coming to visit. People are coming to visit to see. He's telling people about Nimai and his behavior, his extraordinary behavior, symptoms of love of Godhead, which in fact she was so perplexed. She was worried that Vishvambhara was becoming too detached, hyper spiritual. So she would bring, just imagine this, she would bring Vishnu Priya in front of Sachinandan and try to snap him out of it, you know. And Vishnu and Mahaprabhu would simply be there and enjoying his mellows of Krishna Prema. He would roar like a lion, and Vishnu Rup would run away. And Sachimata was very concerned. Just imagine, just try to understand. She was very concerned that he's becoming too detached. And who is she? She's Jasodama. She's the eternal. My son. She's worried my son's becoming too fanatical in spiritual life. So when she called Srivas Thakur. When Srivas Thakur come and Sachinandan was sitting, he sees Srivas Thakur coming. Srivas Thakur, when he as is the feature in Bengal, in the homes of the Hindu people, there's tulasi. Most in villages, every home there is tulasi mandir made from clay in every home. If you visit my residence in Mayapur, also you'll see tulasi mandir, and you can do parikrama. Because this is what land is for. Creating facility for Krishna Bhajan, not just, creating apartments to rent and make money. So when Sachinandan saw Srivas Thakur come and he circumambulated Tulasi, he entered the residence, he circumambulated Tulasi, seeing that Mahaprabhu overwhelmed love of Godhead. So coming and seeing Advaita Thakur and seeing his puja, Mahaprabhu immediately completely overwhelmed, falls down. He's standing there beside Gadadhar Pandit, falls down, unconscious, prema, love of Godhead. Advaita Thakur seeing Gadadhar Pandit and Mahaprabhu, they come. At this time he's Navadeep Chandra. He's not Mahaprabhu. He's Navadip Chandra, just imagine. He's a Brahmin boy, long, beautiful form, with his eyes like lotus petals stretching back to his ears, and his beautiful, long, blackish, wavy hair, silky, dark, with tied in a knot, draped on his shoulders with the Brahmin thread hanging across his chest, and his golden dhoti tied in 3 places, his broad chest. Navadip Chandra. When he sees Sachinanda, and he falls down unconscious, seeing Advaita Acharya's puja. Immediately, Acharya Thakur, he takes all the puja items and begins worshipping Sachinandan. Yeah. Pada Agga Archamaniya. Pada Agga Archamaniya. Lai Shaitai. Chaitanya Charane Puja Acharya Goshai. All of those ingredients that he had collected, that he was using in the worship of Sri Hari, he immediately took and ate at that place, and he began worshipping the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai, and chanting this prayer. Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitacha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Worship of Sachinandan Sri Gaurahari and worship of Bhagavan Sri Krishna is non-different. These mantras, Klim Krishnaya Namaha, Klim Gauraya, these mantras are the same. And you can read Chaitanya Charitamrita. These beach mantras for the worship, it's the same meaning. He's worshipping Krishna, he's worshipping Mahaprabhu with the Krishna mantra. Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hita Jagatiraya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. He's worshipping Advaita Acharya. So seeing this, Gadadhar Pandit, he's a little confused, and he asks Advaita Thakur, Goshai, you're worshipping Nimai? He's such a lad. This is not, and Advaita Thakur is worshipping. You still think he's just a mere lad? You haven't read? Is he the incarnation for the age? Gadadhar Pandit, is he the incarnation for the age? So at that time, Nimai, he regained consciousness. And then when he saw Advaita Acharya worshipping him, he became very embarrassed, very shy. He began to, with folded hands, he began to offer prayers to Advaita Acharya. Tumi she korte para bhava bandanash tomaridoye Krishna Sharvada Prakash. You have the ability to liberate everyone, to remove the darkness, bhava, of the material illusion of all people. And in your heart, Krishna is always present. So, after that little interaction between Advaita Acharya and Sachinandan, Advaita Acharya decided that he will go to Shantipur and remain there, and he's thinking that because I know that my Prabhu has come and that I am his servant, then he will call me. He will call me. So he went to Shantipur. He had 2 residences, one in Navadip, one in Shanti. He went to Shantipur, and to test the Lord. He'll call me. He went to Shantipur. Advaita Chitta Bhuji Bar Shaktikar Jar Shakti Karen Chaitanya Avatar. Who can understand? Who can understand? Advaita Chitta Bhuja Bhar Shaktika. Who can understand the consciousness of Advaita Acharya? Jar Shakti Karane. Jar Shakti Karane. Chaitanya Avatar. Who is Jar Shakti? By his power. His power is the cause of the Chaitanya Avatar. Jar Shakti Karane. Chaitanya Avatar. Who can understand his mind? So he went to Shantipur. And then at this time in Navadip, Sachinandan, he began to reveal himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead to Srivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, in that way we described. And Advaita Acharya, he was still in Shantipur. All this was going on. And then at this time, Nityananda Prabhu arrived. Nityananda Prabhu, who had been touring for 20 years. Nityananda Prabhu. We went to Acharya, yes? We went to Acharya. Oh, so fortunate to visit such places in your association. Gaurama Jai Shabashtan Korala Brahmana Range Shai Shabashtan Haribol Ami Pranaya Bhakata Shange. All of those places where Satchidananda and Sri Gaurahari performed his pastimes. Shai Shabashtan, all of those places. Haribol Ami, I desire to see Pranaya Bhakata Shange. Pranaya Bhakata Shange. In the association of loving devotees. So Nityananda Prabhu arrived, and then in this way the Panchatattva was almost completely settled and established in Navadip. Satchidananda was there, Srivas Thakur, in the house of Srivas Thakur, Sankirtan was going on, Gadadha Pandit, Nityananda Prabhu, all dancing, all the devotees there. But Advaita Acharya is not there, he's waiting. So one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one day he called Ramai, who is the younger brother of Srivas Thakur. And he said that Chaliya Ramai tumi Advaita bash Tarshtane Koho Giya Ama Prakash. Ramai, Chalo tumi Advaita bash. You go to Advaita's house in Shantipur. Tarshtane, at his place, Kaha Giya Amar Prakash, you tell him that I have appeared. You tell him, he said, that person who you fasted for, penances for, who you prayed for incessantly, that person has appeared. Tell him that he must come immediately. That person has appeared to freely distribute love of Godhead to everyone. You tell him this message. Tell him to come immediately with his wife and bring the paraphernalia for worship. This is my order. This is the order that Satchidananda gave Ramai. So Ramai immediately, you can imagine being personally ordered to do something by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How you'd become enlivened. Anybody here interested to be personally requested by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to do some seva? Anyway, you should take it from the spiritual authority, from the Guru. When we receive an order, it's like receiving an order from Krishna. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu to preach in Bengal. On several occasions, he ordered him to preach in Bengal. So someone that's ordered to preach in Bengal by their Guru is just like being ordered to preach in Bengal by the Lord himself. Right? His desire it was. So being completely enlivened, you could just imagine being ordered by the Lord directly. Ramai is completely surcharged, enlivened, brimming with ecstasy, love of God. He didn't know where Advaita Bash was. He didn't know where Advaita Acharya lived, but that didn't matter. He just went. He just went, with completely surcharged with the order of the Lord. He just went. Somehow or other, by divine arrangement, he arrived at the house of Advaita Acharya in Shantipur. Immediately, Advaita Acharya seeing him, Ramai, he said, "So you have come to take me back to Navadip?" And then he says, "Tell me," and Ramai says simply, this simple devotee, you know everything. And Advaita Acharya, he challenges, he "Tell me, Ramai, in the Shastra, where does it say that the Supreme Lord Sri Hari appears in Navadip in a human form to distribute love of Godhead? Where is that stated in the Shastra?" Ramai said, "You know everything. You know, what can I say? You know." And then he says, "So you have a message. Tell me, what is it? What is the Lord sent you to tell me?" So he began explaining that that Supreme Lord for whom you wept so profusely, who you performed continuous worship, you accepted vows of fasting and austerity. That Supreme Lord has appeared to distribute love of Godhead, and He has instructed you to come immediately and come along with your wife and all the paraphernalia for worship. And He also said, Nityananda Prabhu has also arrived. Nityananda Prabhu has also arrived. Well, I mean, how did they know about Nityananda Prabhu anyway? Who is this Nityananda Prabhu? How did Advaita Acharya know about Nityananda Prabhu anyway? Just think about these things. We hear these things, but we never really think about it. Why did he say, why did Mahaprabhu give the message to tell Advaita Acharya Nityananda Prabhu has arrived? Or how did he even know who is Nityananda Prabhu? Nityananda Prabhu was born in Ekachakra. He was there for 12 years, and then he went on tour all over. Actually, they met. Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya had met. In Vrindavan, they'd met, and also they were both disciples of Sri Madhavendra Puri Prabhupada. Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. So he knew who was Nityananda Prabhu for these reasons, and tell him that Nityananda Prabhu, although Nityananda Prabhu hadn't been in Navadip, Nityananda at that time arrived in Navadip. So hearing this, Advaita Acharya, already he knows everything, but he's swooned in ecstasy, hearing this message. The Lord has personally requested me to come. So immediately, everybody was enlivened. Saci-devi, his son Achyutananda. So then he said something very interesting. He said that if, listen Ramai, if he is actually my Lord, then let him exhibit his opulence, his supreme opulence, and let him place his lotus feet on my head. He said, if he is actually my Lord, then let him, if he's actually my Lord, let him display his supreme opulence and let him place his lotus feet on my head. So then he began preparing for the journey, and they collected all the paraphernalia for worship. And then along with Sita Thakurani, they journeyed to Navadip. And he said that now when I go to Navadip, I'm going to hide. The preferred place of hiding in Navadip is Nandanacharya Bhavan. That's the preferred place for hiding. Nityananda Prabhu was also hiding there when he arrived, and then Advaita Acharya, he also went to the Nandanacharya Bhavan. That is, the ashram is there, just Ishodan, that you go in that road a little bit towards the left a little further down from our. It's the next ashram down from ISKCON, Nandanacharya Bhavan. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately. So Ramai came back. Actually, at this time, Sachinandan, he sat on the altar of Srivas Thakur. We hear about the Ashta Prahaha Prakash, 21 hours, when Mahaprabhu was sitting on the altar of Srivas Thakur and calling devotees and revealing himself in full opulence as a Supreme Lord to the Navadip Vasis. But there were other occasions during the Kirtan when Sachinandan would spontaneously go and sit on the altar. There were several occasions when he would do that. He would sit on the altar, and the wooden singhasan, you can just imagine, in Bengali, beautiful, hand-carved wooden singhasan, it would creak, with the weight of Sachinandan sitting there. And he would take the Shalagam Shilas and put them on his lap and then accept the worship. So in this way, that day he was sitting on the altar, and he was calling, and Ramai came, and immediately the Lord said to Ramai, he said, I know that again he is testing me, and he is hiding in the house of Nandan Acharya. You go and bring him. So immediately Ramai, he goes, he says, he knows you're here. He told me to bring you. So then Advaita Acharya comes. So remember what we were discussing about how Advaita Acharya had these requests. He had these. It was a stipulation, some stipulations. If he is my Lord, then let him reveal his supreme opulence, and let him place his lotus feet on my head. He made that stipulation. So Advaita Acharya and Sita Thakurani, they approached Sachinandan as he's sitting on it, and they offered their humble obeisances. And then whilst he was offering his humble obeisances, Advaita Acharya, he had a vision. Had a vision. Whilst he was offering his obeisance, he had a vision. In that vision, he saw Nimai, Sachinandan, Vishvambhara, Gaurahari. He saw him surrounded by all the chief demigods, like Lord Brahma, or Lord Shiva, Kartikeya, all offering him obeisances. Narad Muni and Shukdev Goswami were in the assembly, worshipping Sachinandan. There were hundreds of demigods. Hundreds of demigods. So this is what he saw when he was paying obeisances. Hundreds of demigods offering eulogies and various prayers to Mahaprabhu, offering obeisances. An extremely beautiful lady who appeared to be Ma Ganga personified was in sitting in a chariot, was offering prayers and obeisances to the Lord. There were huge naga serpents with many, many hoods that were offering hymns and prayers to the Lord. There were many, many chariots, and there were elephants and horses and swans and all demigods who were coming on their various types of carriers, bird carriers and mouse carriers and all sorts of carriers. All of the wives of the demigods were also assembled there with tears in their eyes, offering obeisances and prayers to the Lord, chanting Krishna's name. There was not an empty place left in the sky or the land in his vision. And all the great sages and perfect beings were also assembled there worshipping Sachinandan. So I say, imagine seeing that when you bow down and pay obeisances. Anyway, you can meditate on this in the future when you're paying obeisances. Meditate on Advaita Acharya's vision when he was paying obeisances. So then he stood up completely overwhelmed with what he had seen, speechless. And then Sachinandan began speaking to him that because of your repeated vow, because of your devotional service and your worship, that's the reason why I've appeared on this planet. You're out of mercy, you requested me to come because you couldn't tolerate the suffering of the living entities. So then Advaita Acharya and Sita Thakurani began to worship Sachinandan. They performed, actually Mahaprabhu said he said, perform my worship. So it's very beautifully described. Vrindavan Thakur describes very beautifully how first they washed the lotus feet of the Lord, and then with beautifully scented oil they massaged his feet, and then they dipped tulasi leaves into sandalwood paste, chandan, and then they anointed the Lord's lotus feet. Ganda, pushpa, dhup, deep, pacha upachar, puja kore prem jal, bahe ashrudhar. With the ganda, with the scents, with the incense, with the pushpa, with the flowers, with the dhup, and with the deep, pacha upachar. You can worship the Lord with these 5 items: flowers, incense, chandan, deep, and that's 4. And the other is bhoga. Bhoga, flowers, incense, Deep and Bhoga. Yeah. Deep, Bhoga? Yeah, Chandan. Thank you. Yeah. And this is standard puja. If you want, you can do more. 16 items. You can do more. But these items, actually, these 5 items, for those who are doing regular puja, these 5 items should be done with the items: flowers, incense, deep, chandan, tulasi, bhoga. And then other items you can offer with mantra. Many items with mantra. Madhupaka. And you may not have madhupaka, it requires some special ingredients, but you can offer with mantra and meditation. So as he was worshipping, chanting, Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Jagannatha Krishna Govinda. Tumi Vishnu, Tumi Krishna, Tumi Narayan, Tumi Matsa, Tumi Korma, Tumi Sanatan, Tumi se Baraha Prabhu, Tumi se Bamon, Tumi Kora Juge Juge Beder Palon. So many beautiful prayers Advaita Acharya was composing and in this way glorifying Sachinandan. You are Lord Ram, the mother of Janak, the life of Mother Janak. You appeared as Lord Nrsingadev to protect Prahlad Maharaj. You are the most precious jewel of the Vedas and the best of all Brahmins. The nectar of your lotus feet intoxicates Lord Shiva and Parvati. Lord Brahma worships you with great reverence. The Shrutis and the Smritis and the Puranic Shastras glorify your lotus feet. The Ganga, Ma Ganga, emanates from your lotus feet. And who Lord Shiva considers himself greatly fortunate to be able to sustain her waters on his head, and for this reason he's called Gangadhar. Sri Gangadhar ki. Drenched in his own tears, as he's offering, there's another item, is tears. This is his worship. The tears are drenching his cloth as he's doing his worship. He fell prostrate on the ground in front of the Lord. And then, you remember the 2 things he requested? Let him display his supreme opulence. So as soon as he went in front of the Lord, pays his obeisances, and immediately, the Lord's reciprocation is very swift. No one is desiring a word. You go in and you pay obeisances immediately. And then, as he's lying down, he pays prostrated obeisances in front of the Lord. Sarvabhuta antarjami Shri Gaurahari Charantulya Dilo Advaita Mathai. Sarvabhuta antarjami, who's in the heart of all beings. Shri Gaurahari Charantulya, lifting his lotus feet. Dilo Advaita Mathai, he put his lotus feet on the head of Advaita Thakur, fulfilling his desire. Seeing this, all the devotees became completely overwhelmed with jubilation and swooned with joy, chanting the holy names of Hari. So Mahaprabhu, he said, ask for a boon. Advaita, ask for a boon. This is another thing, the secrets. Sometimes people ask, we foreign devotees, they say, in India, they ask us, they say that, well, why? They say, why? There's no religion in the Western countries? Why you accepted our religion? It's not that there's no religion in the Western countries, but the secrets, the special secrets of how to attract the mercy of the Lord are not known. The puja is not known in the Western world. In fact, the Christian people, they didn't like the puja. when they came to India. They didn't like the puja, and they propagated that better than the temple worship is to feed the poor. And actually this influenced thought of the so-called Sanatanists, like our Ramakrishna mission, is very much influenced by this. The dispensaries, the Oshodalaya, do something practical for the poor. And why are you wasting all that milk, all that yogurt? You could feed so many hungry people. But they do not understand that these are the secrets. These are the puja. These are the secrets. Just like any person, when you come and visit, you bring things they like. When you go to the householders amongst us, when you have holiday, I think you have holiday Ganesh Puja time. There's holiday here in Mumbai. Okay. So then you go see your family, you go to the ancestral home, Shashuri Ma, you see? Shashuri Ma, yes? Everyone has Shashuri Ma? Yes? My Shashuri Ma visited us in Mayapur, actually. She visited and she stayed a year. She came to visit, she stayed a year. So when you go to visit the Shashuri, and then you bring gifts. Especially coming from Mumbai. Babu, he lives in Mumbai. He's coming. Bring gifts, yes? I mean, as if you could possibly go without bringing gifts. You bring gifts for Shashuri, new shadi. And then she's very grateful, and she gives you a new Punjabi. Yes? And then next day you're wearing that Punjabi, and she's wearing that sari. What that has effect on the relationship. In fact, the relationship is built. Otherwise, what is the meaning of relationship? And then all the young kids, you give them sweets, Rajgula, Rajmalai. I don't know what you do here in Maharashtra. And in Bengal, this is done. Rajgula, at least 2 kg. For the kids. So there's the meaning of relationship, giving gifts. I was flying on an airlines once, flying into Taiwan, on China Airlines, and just before we're landing, or not before, but a video comes on, and there's the person landing, and all the relatives are there. And it's got, but you forgot to buy gifts. And it says, but don't worry, our in-flight crew will come around with the duty free and you can buy your gifts now. So this is even in common social values, this is understood. What is an ordinary mundane person, you can touch their heart by gift. So what about Rasha Shekhar? What about the Prince of Relationships? What about how he's affected by a little gift? And he says particularly the things he likes. That's what we're discussing. Now we're a little warmed up. Why is it Rajaguya? Because he says the things that he likes. Patram pushpam balam toyam jomi bhakta prayachiti tadaham bhakti upadidam ashnami. I take it, I eat it. Is he hungry? One Arya Samaji asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, does God eat? Prabhupada replied, yes, God eats. Oh, how do you know God eats? Prabhupada says, because he says he eats. So Prabhupada says, so who should I believe, Krishna or a rascal like you? So these are the secrets. These are the secrets. By the things that you're Mangalati. What goes on? Maybe you come Mangalati, the curtains open. But what goes on before that? It's a whole program. Pujaris, they have to wake the Lord. There's special bells. There's mantras. They're offering a tambulam of hot milk, a sandesh, mishti anna. This is at 4:15. All of these things, hot milk and sweet rice and burfi, sandesh. I'm sure here, Radha Ras Bihari, this is in my younger years in the movement, in Prabhupada's time, the devotees were sent here to learn puja. In Melbourne I joined, and all the original pujaris were trained here in Radha Ras Bihari, and then went back. So many devotees were trained here. So then the sweets, and then the curtains open, all devotees are there singing the glories of the Lord. That is the time. The Lord is very pleased. The Lord is very pleased. And He bestows benedictions. When the Lord is worshipped and satisfied, just like any person. Any person, you come with so many nice gifts. Oh, what can I do for you? How can I reciprocate? You feel obliged. You feel obliged. When someone offers you accept that. There's an obligation there. Oh, this person, you become dear to that person. You make entrance. And so when the Lord is worshipped like that, the arati and all of the puja, you're present in the worship, then you get so much mercy, because the Lord wants to give benedictions at that time. When He's pleased by the worship, He wants to give benediction. So having worshipped the Lord in this way, Mahaprabhu is saying, ask for a boon. Ask for a boon. I want to give you a boon. I want to give something. Ask whatever you want. And Advaita Acharya, he says, well, what do I want? Already my desire is fulfilled. Anargo Shai, I brought Prabhu. Already my desire is fulfilled. There's nothing else I need. You have come. What else do I need? And then Mahaprabhu says, ask for a boon. Ask for a boon. Ask something of me. And then Advaita Acharya said, then okay, you've come to distribute love of Godhead indiscriminately. Then I request you, he said, I request you to also give love of Godhead to women, Sudras, and the fallen and the ignorant people. This is the request. This is and Mahaprabhu accepted that request and fulfilled that. Women, Sudras, ignorant and fallen people are also recipients of love of Godhead, which is freely distributed by Satchidananda, Prema Avatar, Karuna Avatar. And therefore we're all here this evening. The ignorant, the fallen, lecture Javon class, I all get the mercy as a result of that request of Advaita Acharya. Advaiter bhole prem payalo jagate a shakal kota kohi madda khanda hoite. Advaiter bhole, by the strength of Advaita Acharya, Advaiter bhole prem payalo jagate. This Jagat, the whole universe, got prema, love of Godhead, as a result of the power of Advaita Acharya. A shakal kota kahi madda kanda hoite. This is all described by Vrindavandas Thakur and Madda Kanda Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Any question? Yes. Well, it may have been, but anyway, he asked for that boon. In general, there's so many references there. Kali Juge Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar. Kali Juge Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar. Nam Hoite, whoever takes the Nam, Sharava Jagat Nishtar. The whole universe, can deliver the whole universe. So already there's there. But still, Advaita Acharya is requesting. You asked me to request something, and he's requesting that. So this is noticed. This is this is important that he's requesting that. So it's bonus, and we should remember that on this day, the appearance of Advaita Acharya. This is a bonus that he's also praying and he's also requesting that. Other questions? Yes.
Shaligram Shila, to which Advaita Acharya ji prayed for bringing Prabhu, is it still there?
Yes.
Can be seen?
Yes.
Where is it?
Shantipur. In Shantipur, the house of Advaita Acharya, which many of you have visited, that is the original home of Advaita Thakur, from where his descendants have lived since 500 years and worshipped the Shalagram Shila. The descendants, such Paribar, the Paribars are there in Bengal. Advaita Paribar and Nityananda Paribar, sometimes called Nityananda Bangsha, Advaita Bangsha, means family descendants. Nityananda Prabhu, he had two wives and children, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Thakur had children. So they had descendants, and those descendants are like a class of priests in Bengal. Nityananda Bangsha, Advaita Bangsha, Galadha Poriba. They currently fall into the category of Apasampradaya. But these societies, these communities are still there in Bengal. And not all in Apasampradaya. This Shantipur, they're not Apasampradaya, but some different in Bengal. Not all are Apasampradaya, some are. But Advaita Paribar we visit, Advaita Shantipur, his home, we visit there anytime, and they're very welcoming to ISKCON devotees, and we can do program there every year. We organize big festivals there in Shantipur. We organize the Madhavendra Puri's Appearance Day Festival. That's in Shantipur. That is a Ekadashi, usually around about Ekadashi before Gaur Purnima, the Ekadashi before the Gaur Purnima. There's a big festival in Shantipur. Tens of thousands of people are fed prasadam. That's all organized by ISKCON. We have a very good relationship. And we can go anytime, and the programs there. Did we go anytime? We went? No. And so you can request the Pujari to show you the Shalagram Shila. It's not always on display. It's worshipped privately. You can request the Pujari and they can bring and show you the Shalagram Shila that was worshipped by Advaita Acharya. Shall we do some kirtan? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Prabhupada Joy Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Oh Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Hari Gaur Siddhanaga Brahmanandi Advaita Thakur Shubha Abhivav Titi Mahamahotsav Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki